On June 20th, 2024, the Lakers hired JJ Redick to become the 29th head coach in Lakers history on his 40th birthday.
A very, very proud moment for us today to introduce JJ Redick as our new head coach.
But there was a lot of skepticism around whether or not he was the right man for the job.
Look, I mentioned it yesterday. I think they should have looked at Monty Williams.
Maybe it's the Lebron connection.
I think JJ is a different situation because of the situation LeBron James and his camp created by doing that podcast, knowing that Darvin Ham was on a hot seat.
The fact that he was one of the most hated college players of all time.
You were one of the most hated players in college basketball, like history, like obviously Duke as well, but like it just in college basketball in general.
Or maybe it's just his lack of experience.
I have never coached in the NBA before. I don't know if you guys have heard that.
My fellow GOATs, the NBA season is over, but I'm gonna need you to put those tears away for a hot second, because with Caitlin Clark taking the WNBA by storm, and with all the concerts and festivals coming up, you've got zero excuses to not make this summer a summer to remember. And while most tickets are overpriced, there's no better place to get the best deals possible than SeatGeek, the sponsor of today's video. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. SeatGeek puts all the tickets across the web in one place to make sure you're getting a good deal. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return your tickets ahead of the event with swaps. And you know I came through for you guys. Use my code GOAT for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code GOAT. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. The mission is simple: make this summer your most goated summer yet. Everyone has a strong opinion about JJ.
My biggest concern with JJ, honestly, is he appears to me to be very, very online and very, very aware of criticism of himself.
Yes.
And I think that can be a real detriment if you're the head coach of a basketball team.
However, unlike most new head coaches, Redick is different. After years of podcasting at the Old Man and the Three,
There's been a lot of weird things that have been said to me. Certainly JJ drinks his own pee is up there.
countless player interviews,
Closest I've ever came to a teammate punching me, I think.
his work on ESPN covering the 2024 NBA Finals, and the wildly successful Mind the Game podcast with LeBron James, JJ Redick has essentially written out his basketball manifesto. From what types of players he values, his favorite plays,
The Golden State split screens and inverted pick and rolls.
how he sees the game, to his philosophy on late game management and ATOs. It's all there. JJ's secret plan for the Lakers has been hiding in plain sight this whole time. I just had to go through hundreds of hours of footage to find it, and here is all of it for you in all its glory. JJ's philosophy on basketball can be summed up with one word: postmodernism. He likes threes,
That is the winning formula. Making threes at a high level and defending.
loves the corners, adores pace and space, values innovation.
We're talking about the next innovation and how you exploit market inefficiencies. So the next innovation is building great shooters.
He enjoys variety, positional versatility,
They can run offense through Hachimura. And you see right now in this possession, they're running offense through Austin Reeves. They can run offense through D'Angelo Russell.
he trusts the math on basketball analytics,
This shot is worth 1.5 more than this shot. If you can make it. If you can make it. If you can make it.
and he lives to piss off anyone who grew up a fan of old school basketball.
Did Bob Cousy ever shoot over 40% from the field in
Well,
his
we
career?
understand that. Different kind
Not
of game.
once.
It's
Not
fair.
once.
That's fair. You also had 29 assists in an NBA game.
Oh, well, he was being guarded by plumbers and firemen.
We also know that he likes long wings like Tatum,
So I need a guy who can shoot threes and guard big wings.
and loves stretch bigs like Porzingis and Chet, who shoot early and often.
Porzingis way outside, knocks down another. What a start in his finals debut.
While having an affinity for movement shooters who flash three-level scoring upside.
What a fun read. Back and forth we go.
Much like Mike D'Antoni with his 7 seconds or less offense, Redick seems perfectly comfortable being viewed as non-conformist.
I don't really have a great answer for your question because I really don't give a f. Like, honestly, I want to become a great coach in the NBA, and I want to win championships, and I want my players to maximize their careers. That's all I fucking care about.
Or assuming the role of outsider in terms of his approach to basketball. The man has an impressive and intimidating stance on basketball, and this basically boils down to 4 words: I'm better than you. It's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, and JJ has been walking that line since his freshman season with the Blue Devils.
Miserably more difficult in the second, and Redick from way outside.
This explains not only the success of his podcast, but also why people like LeBron James and Rob Pelinka would believe in him in the first place.
When we embarked on this search, it was really important for us to see if we could do something a little bit different. Quickly in our conversations with JJ, it was very evident that he had a unique perspective and philosophy on basketball and how it's to be taught.
Redick drives a really good sales pitch.
My motivations for doing this, it starts with a very simple foundation of service. It's also about competition and performance, collaboration, leadership. These are the things that drive me.
Since we know a lot of his takes on thousands of topics and basketball situations, we have a very good idea of how he'll coach the Lakers. How does JJ feel about Anthony Davis? Well, outside AD's family and friends, there's probably no one else who loves the Brow more than JJ.
I know, look, Anthony Davis gets maligned at times. He's an elite player. He's one of the most talented guys, an outstanding two-way impact, can score the basketball.
How would he like to use AD?
When they establish him in the paint, in the post, they're a better team.
How does he feel about D'Lo's fit in the grand scheme of his plan?
The question is, when it's crunch time and it comes down to can we guard the Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic two-man game, end of game, can D'Angelo Russell stay on the floor?
JJ loves Austin Reeves' fight defensively.
And that was excellent individual defense from Austin Reeves. The Lakers using turnovers to create offense.
As well as the high pick and roll between him and LeBron.
And they are just spamming this high pick and roll between Austin Reeves and LeBron James.
What would Redick do if the Lakers are up by 6 in a tight playoff game? He would do exactly what Joe Mazzulla would do.
16.7 remaining. Halliburton to McConnell, and fouled there by White. They don't want to give the Pacers any chance to hit 3-pointers.
It was the first time I'm like, oh, foul up 6.
The more and more I talk to you, the more and more I like this Joe guy.
If there is one thing that is evident from digging through hours of his finals coverage and years of podcasts, then it is this. JJ Redick is a big fan of Joe Mazzulla and the Boston Celtics.
It's the attention to detail. I talk all the time about people that are truly obsessed with this game. They are sickos. And Joe Mazzulla is an absolute sicko. Boston has separated themselves to me. They clearly are the class of the NBA right now.
JJ even gave serious thought to joining the Celtics coaching staff.
I get a call from Brad. You had been named interim head coach.
Yep.
And you happened to join the foursome and try to convince me to come join the staff. I feel like most of that 4.5-hour round and the subsequent lunch was us talking about what my role would be and all this stuff.
His philosophy on pace, space, and early three-pointers is eerily close to Joe Mazzulla's.
So these early shot clock threes, you know what the effective field goal percentage on that is? Same thing, 55%.
Really?
It's a good shot.
His voice is going to have a major impact on what the Lakers do with their roster.
I know what the expectations are, and the expectation is a championship. And so it's my job, it's Rob's job, it's all of us to deliver a championship caliber team. That's what I signed up for.
And if you think Redick wasn't in the Lakers' war room pounding his fists for them to select Tennessee senior Dalton Knecht, then you probably didn't watch him hit nearly 2,000 three-pointers in his 15-year career.
The break finds Redick.
Oh, wow.
Corner 3.
Wow.
Got it!
Wow.
And 1! Score it, maybe for 4!
What a shot.
Elite movement shooters, 0.5 basketball, early three-pointers.
So much of the Lakers' success or failure this season is based on their three-point shooting.
A focus on corner threes. All of this could have major implications for a passing wizard turned human freight train like LeBron James, who could benefit tremendously with more spacing in transition. Of course, JJ JJ could be the final NBA head coach LeBron James ever has, and how Redick wants to play could have a major impact on not only LeBron's final stat totals, but also his longevity. It might even have an impact on the GOAT debate itself. Redick is offering James the fountain of youth.
This never gets old, even at 39 years old. Watch him time this jump perfectly and block it off the backboard.
LeBron is already coming off the best three-point shooting season of his career. With his athleticism waning the days of LeBron dunking all over three defenders.
LeBron drained down the track. Look out! Blocking foul.
And making heroic chase down blocks is slowly coming to an end.
Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
Just like Michael Jordan adjusted his game in the second half of his career, shifting himself from a high-flying human highlight film to a surgical mid-post assassin.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead!
LeBron has also had a similar shift over the past 5 years, but JJ can help push it further. LeBron is always going to be a 6'8" tank with a supercomputer for a brain.
Over. They keep control of it. Good perimeter work. LeBron! LBJ!
So how do you offset some of the inevitable decline in his quickness and burst? How do you make 40 and 41-year-old LeBron as effective as 34 and 35-year-old LeBron? The same way you help Luka and Jokic. More space.
You got guys running wide.
Correct.
Running the corner. This is you with the ball.
Yeah.
This is Giannis with the ball.
Yeah.
This is Ja Morant with the ball.
Space.
What does that give you?
So much space. Early attacks.
By widening the angles he can attack, by putting more shooting around him, JJ Redick has an opportunity to implement a system which could not only lessen the physical beating LeBron takes, but also lean the Lakers' philosophy towards LeBron's considerable strengths.
How many times have we seen that signature step back three, hang dribble with the left? Oh my goodness, LeBron James, what a quarter.
In the same way that Mike Malone tailored Denver's offense to complement a slow-plodding Nikola Jokic.
Jokic just gets it off in time. It's up. Oh, it's good. Of course it goes in. Jokic from downtown. Anthony Davis just stares at him.
Under JJ Redick, the Lakers are going to undergo a drastic shift towards analytics.
The volume of threes. Not all threes are created equal. But in some ways, they have essentially the same value. If we're looking at it through analytics, these type of threes have the same value.
They're going to change the way they play basketball, and that will absolutely impact not only the plays they run.
Lob. Oh! LeBron! The lob in the jam as he came down the lane and found by AR.
The pace they play at.
Drive. Boy, Jared Allen runs into a double team, maybe even a triple. Lakers strip it free. Reeves, good pass. Under to LeBron.
But also the players on their roster. Last year under Darvin Ham, the Lakers ranked 24th among 30 teams in three-pointers made per game.
But he'll step back and knock down a three. Over Kuminga. James hits a three-point shot.
Teams that JJ often praised, like the Celtics, Mavericks, and Oklahoma City Thunder, they were 1st, 4th, and 8th, respectively. In fact, in LeBron's 6 seasons in Los Angeles, the Lakers have never been a top 15 three-point shooting team.
In the corner, Reeves will tee one up.
This includes the year they won a championship. They've been 20th, 22nd, 25th, 18th, 28th, and 24th. Expect that trend to change with Redick.
To me is the Lakers' problem right now. They cannot shoot the basketball. They've been an average half-court basketball team since the bubble. To me, in the playoffs now, in the modern NBA, you have to be able to score in the half-court.
Some of LeBron's teammates already fit what JJ wants to do. D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and new rookie Dalton Knecht seem like safe bets to make the opening night roster. Rui Hachimura was a lights-out corner shooter.
Hachimura, James, Reeves, Prince, and Dinwiddie for the Lakers. Hachimura again.
Albeit on low volume.
Like a wall in front of me. Hachimura from the corner for three.
Gabe Vincent certainly didn't have a good year for the purple and gold.
Reeves in the corner. Vincent.
But he's had efficient high-volume three-point shooting seasons for Miami and will likely find a place off the bench.
By Vincent on the fly, pull up three. Boy, has he got the stroke tonight.
Christian Wood presents the stretch big archetype Redick so often praised, a career 37% three-point shooter on significant volume.
Fortunate to get to Windler. Rainbow!
It'll be interesting to see if Wood finds space in Redick's offense, given his glaring issues on the other end. While JJ has spent significant time preaching about the value of dynamic and high-volume three-point threats, he has also been a major proponent for positional versatility defensively. It's ironic that on this team that he has inherited, two of Redick's most impactful defenders in Jared Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish can't really shoot.
Really, over the last couple weeks, that's been their defense, and they're struggling.
Tipped, Siakam, taken by Reddish. Challenged by Smith, it's no good.
Could they be employed in the dunker's spot? Would they be asked to just screen and cut the whole game to keep the defense honest?
Patrick's been back in the starting lineup. Bounce, Vandy, put him in the popcorn machine, and he scores!
Or can Redick, one of the most prolific shooters in NBA history, possibly help them become respectable standstill corner shooters?
Lakers have scored in their last 5 trips. This is Reddish. He bangs in a 3.
Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka certainly feels JJ's up to the task.
At the core of that is going to be the importance of a great franchise like the Lakers modernizing and leaning into developing our young players and building that.
Redick is an intelligent player who has every advantage coming into the Lakers job. He has a huge market to increase his brand, a roster full of young players who likely grew up listening to his podcast.
Reeves going behind the back, spinning away from the block. The crowd loves him.
Two young players he might as well adopt as his own sons.
Gainey probing, Gainey finds connect.
And the stamp of approval from the second greatest player of all time. Perhaps more than anything else, he has played.
Redick for 3 for the tie.
He understands the experience of a multimillionaire who's just been traded to a new city, or an end-of-the-bench role player who is just trying to get one more contract.
And you're seeing now some body language issues from the Los Angeles Lakers as well. I mean, look, I've been there as a player. Keep playing the game, lots of time.
Detractors of Redick's hiring will echo the same points. He's an inexperienced, arrogant player turned analytics nerd turned LeBron puppet.
JJ Redick has no experience as a coach. There have been some veteran coaches who got run out of town. They don't remember what happened this morning, so he walks into the lion's den.
But Lakers fans are hoping JJ's strong personality, great communication skills, and immense basketball knowledge make him a lot like another all-time shooter turned head coach. The one who has a lot of rings to prove that this formula certainly can and has worked in the past. Will it work this time around? Only time will tell. If you end up enjoying this video, please subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay GOATed.